Yes, this is the art studio. My memory did serve me right. Looks like she's been painting here. This paper. This white jade paper has a rich history. Its smooth, fine texture holds ink beautifully, exactly what you want for more delicate brushwork. Countless masterpieces, both old and new, were painted on this paper. Like China's voyage to Yum Mountain and Yiling's Qishi's... Whoops, I got carried away. Wait, there's a discount sticker on the wrapping. And yes, White Jade Hall runs a yearly sale. I attended it 2 days ago and bought paper with this same packaging. Ming Yang likely bought her paper there too. Half of the stock has already been used, which means she was painting day and night until the incident. Different papers result in different artistic effects. Real artists can always spot these differences and choose the right paper to showcase various styles. White jade paper is my absolute favorite, but because it's so expensive, I can only afford to buy it when there's a special sale. I can't pass up a great deal, so I stock up whenever I can. It usually takes a whole day to carry all the boxes home, but I must say, it's buy 3 get 1 free, buy 5 get 2 free, and then there's the additional weekly coupons. I know everything there is to know about the discounts. We have the same painting style, and the quality of our finished works is remarkably similar. Even if we use different brush techniques, our similar styles mean we should finish a painting in about the same time. Once a painter holds a paintbrush in their hand, they won't stop until every detail meets their standards. There is a difference. The brushwork on this one, see how heavy it is? You can tell Ming Yang was in low spirits. And the feelings a painter has during the process of creation often linger in the brushstrokes without them knowing. They're present in every line, even if the artist tries to... Yes! To me, painting is like a window into the heart of the artist. When words fail, these feelings can be deep. It is strange, though. She keeps reproducing the same painting over and over, using waters and mountains rest by the pain, valleys and peaks in the dream remain, colors of vanity washed away. This artwork is titled Serenity of Xiehua Village. It captures the scenic landscape seen from the village itself. Ah, the pigment! When did it get on my clothes? Huh? It came off with just a little wipe. It shouldn't come off the fabric so... Looks like there's stains from ink and paint that have been washed out over time. Ming Yang could have improvised her clothing as a canvas for her ideas. I used to do this as well. Whenever nature inspired me and I was short on paper, I'd paint rough outlines onto my clothes. After all, fabric used to be a common art material. Besides, using clothes does help to seize fleeting inspiration. It's a shame the clothes are stained forever, but it's worth it to see how different inks behave on fabric. How could this happen? Being picky about one's work is second nature to an artist. I'm no exception. There's never been a moment when I saw my art outshining someone else's. I've always admired my fellow artists, hoping that one day I kept painting and improving. But no matter how hard I tried, I always felt, this needs to be refined. It's not quite there yet. still short of perfect. I had these kind of thoughts every day while I painted. It started creeping into my daily life too. It's true that one might find motivation in these thoughts, but they can also lead one astray. I felt trapped for ages until I finally figured out the path I ought to embrace my emotions fully and create the art my heart yearns for. This is of the greatest. But if I found myself in the same situation as Ming Yang, perhaps I'd react similarly and lose. She was forced into this and was looking for a way out. I can't just turn a blind eye and let them charge her. There must be a way to uncover the truth and... Hey, have a look at this. Seems like this pigment is homemade. But why are there herbs in it? Did she use a new recipe I'm not familiar with? Medicinal herb residue.
She must have been making medicinal remedies recently. This must be the leftover residue she didn't get around to...
These herbs were used for medicine. Oh, so those plants I saw in the pharmacy weren't just for I've never tried myself. When I get sick, I usually just wait it out. My family always brought me remedies and soups. I never thought about how they were made. Sorry, I'm just not very experienced. I think... No, I might be wrong. Nothing. It's just a thought. I might be wrong. Then... I'll share it with you. The vase must have been on that cabinet, judging by where it fell. Looks like the cabinet used to be over there, but something bumped into it, and that's why the vase got knocked over. I bet the water on the floor is from the fishbowl. Huh. Why is that watermark in the shape of a gulp? Okay, I figured it out. That must be the reason. Rover will definitely... A Gulpuff jumped out of the fishbowl, knocking over the vase and causing it to shatter on the floor. Then it landed on a pile of paintings. Realizing it was in trouble and afraid of getting scolded, it slipped up. Why wouldn't they? My family used to have an aquarium at home with lots of Gulpuffs. I thought it was a popular... Sorry, I need to improve my investigation skills. I see. I guess I jumped to conclusions. I'll do better. Oh yes, these are phantasms I can create with my brush. They only exist for a short while. I haven't done this for a long time. I'm a bit rusty now. Yes, I rarely need to use my forte in daily life. When it comes to painting, I prefer the traditional way. It helps me to understand my progress and improve my... And artwork created with forte is indeed mesmerizing, nearly flawless. So I've used this ability less over time. But it's fine to use it for the investigation. Yes, it could be related to my forte. broke into the studio looking for something, or trying to steal something. However, they were startled by something unexpected, and in their panic to escape through the window, collided with the cabinet, causing the vase to fall.
This might be related to the Shangyun art exchange and Mingyang's breakdown. Let's follow these tracks and see where they lead.
The clues from the studio led us to an exiles camp. There, we found new clues that pointed to a hidden player behind all of this. The trolley is worn. Maybe it carried something very heavy. Could it be they transported ore, made pigments from them, and then moved the pigments elsewhere? Could the buyers Mr. Shilang mentioned be the ones who stole the ore? Scarlet thorn, indigoite, and other ore. These match the raw materials for pigments list. I took a look and noticed that these pigments were handcrafted from these specific ores. Standard pigments adhere well and last a long time, but these makeshift pigments smear with the slightest touch. I did mention this back in the studio, when my clothes got stained by Mingyang's pigments. Did she buy these low-quality pigments from the exiles? But why did these people break into her...
Who are you?
Hello? We are...
If it's her paintings you're after, why are you here?
She wasn't in her studio, so we thought we could ask around.
I see. Just wait for her here. Know her? We go way back. She's okay in our books. Though she hasn't had the easiest run. Guess you could call us friends. She even gifted us a painting. It's somewhere around here. Oh, here it is. We're no fancy connoisseurs, but even we can...
I kinda like it myself. It's lively, bright, almost like you could touch the freedom and joy she felt painting it.
Can't recall anything noteworthy.
My guess? She's dabbling in some new secretive art piece.
Well, now that you mention it, I do remember her talking about making art you could step into, but her little art excursion stirred up some unstable frequencies. We warned her, but...
That's right, I saw her paintings myself. Tried to steer her clear, and what do I get? A lecture. Artists. Always on their own, why?
Sorry to interrupt, but mind if I ask what you normally do for a living?
Us? Oh, the usual. A bit of hunting, some gigs here and there. Just the everyday. Oh, right. You reminded me. We do make and...
Oh yeah, Ming Yan buys from us often. We give her the lowest price, just as friends do.
I have an idea. Yes, I think neither these exiles nor Mingyan has told the truth. I noticed some of the exiles' hands were blackened. The thought suddenly hit me. What if it's from constant exposure to ink? If so, they must be making a lot of pigments and ink sticks. The painting they showed us and the artworks in the studio, they all match what Mingyang described in her diary. Her diary shows us she had major mood swings, which really affected her art. All these strange things started happening after the Shenyun Art Exchange got involved. Good idea. I hear people talking. Okay, I'll use my terminal to record.
Mr. Beitzer stopped by again, grumbling about the delay in getting Ming Yan's...
If Yin Feng hadn't pushed her, she wouldn't have gotten hurt. Now she can't even paint, and our order is gonna be late.
Hey, watch yourself. I just did what I always do. She's been rebellious and a bit too smart for her own good lately. I just wanted her to keep her head down and work. Who knew she'd crack and cause that mess? Luckily, I slipped away, and the patrollers didn't suspect me. It's no big deal. I pinned it all on Ming Yan, so we're in...
Someone was here earlier asking about her case. No patrollers, but do you think they could find out what we did?
Doubtful. They might notice we're making pigments here, but that's it.
It doesn't matter if they find out. We pose as exiles. And what doesn't an exile do?
But we should be careful. Remember what Mr. Beitzer warned us about? Keep these things on the down low. And if anyone finds out, they can't be allowed to trace it back to the Shan Yuan.
So the Shenyun Art Exchange has been involved in Ming Yang's case right from the start. No wonder they got all shifty when we brought up Ming Yang earlier. It was his signature on Mr. Shilan's transaction record.
When I asked him about the incident, he put all the blame on Ming Yan. The exiles we questioned during the day did the same, trying to divert attention and cover up their own involvement at the scene in the first place. These distractions led us to concentrate solely on Ming Yang, ignoring other possible angles.
I have a theory, but we need that batch of paintings they mentioned to test it. But there's so many more people in the camp now. How should we get in? They might hide all the evidence if we barge in like that. Okay.
This should do the trick. Now, let's see what information we can find inside the camp.
Never thought I'd get worn out from some... Wow. Thanks. I'll go take a breather then. Right,
I can't believe the number of painters involved. They know where they all live too.
These addresses are not... This camp is likely the...
Judging from the list, these paintings are all fakes. I don't remember the real ones circulating the market. How has this managed to be kept from the public for so long?
They risk being exposed if they transport through ports. Not to mention the threats from the Shangyuan Art Exchange. We should look for more clues.
I want. Impossible. We've never had anyone quit from a deal. Besides, you've already taken the money.
You can have the money back. Every penny of it. I just want out, please. I won't make it difficult for you.
You think we'll let you go just like that after seeing our entire operation?
What do you want?
A dead person tells no tales. That's everything from our talk yesterday, boss. She's still holding her cards close.
Keep an eye on her for now. If she tries anything...
Understood.
This must be the warehouse they were talking about. There's still some leftover ink lying around. They're all from the list. This batch is all Serenity of Xehua Village. Ming Yang's work. These aren't just simple copies anymore. It's obvious now. She was working with them to create forgeries for her own gain. In the end, this is the path she chose. I suspected as much, though I couldn't quite... I wasn't sure until I saw the paint. Wait, this painting. It's the Serenity of Xehua Village original, not a copy. Oh, I see it now. This was the painting they stole from the studio. These copies, they're almost identical to the original, but there are some details, subtle ones, that reflect the artist's quirks, not just their technique. But if you look closely, you'll find that the finishings are a bit, more rigid in some areas. Well, that's because
Look out!
I shall lead the way. Take full heaven ordained. Banish all vice.
No, I'm just catching my breath. But where did these tacit discords come from?
Her emotions cause the painting's frequencies to fluctuate, attracting the monsters.
But she's not even here.
It's just... I'm not really sure why her mood is, reacting to us.
Maybe... Could it be because I'm here? She did see what I could do with my resonance ability once. Ever since I saw her diary, I've been wondering. Maybe it was seeing my ability that inspired her to start creating those phantasms. It seems like all those accumulated emotions just burst out whenever we get close to her, or it's all my fault. But more exiles from the art exchange.
I shall lead the way. Take forth. Tear me.
I can't believe this pause.
That's strange. It's our turn. Moment of awakening. Take forth. Be gone. Leave it to me. Bask in the sunlight.
Save me, pause.
Zapstring, our turn.
Did you really think we'd let you just walk away after you destroyed our warehouses and interfered with our business?
Business. Why is everyone's...
You... Who exactly are you people? You don't look like you're patrollers. What do you want? If it's the paintings you're after, take as many as you want. We can always make new ones.
Forcing people to make copies like a factory line? It's disrespecting the creator's dignity.
It's just a couple of stones and trees on a piece of paper, for crying out loud. Even I could draw one with the flick of a wrist. Who cares if they're real or not? For the amount of paint and ink that goes into them, I'd even go so far as to say paying those painters 20 credits each is a ripoff.
How could you measure the value of creation in such a way?
Oh, so you're also here for the money. Look, name a figure. We'll pay double if it'll make you shut up. How does that sound? Take it and scram.
That's not what I meant.
Then what the hell do you want from me?
I want to expose everything to the public. Aside from reporting you to the patrollers, I want to let the public know about all the forgery and smuggling you've been doing. The way you coerce the painters and put their lives at risk for profit? I'll expose it all. Is something wrong? I can't remain silent about this any longer. This is the only way more people can learn about—
You better think this through. The Shanyuan Art Exchange is not a group you want to cross.
I never painted for the Art Exchange's approval. If no one else dares to speak up, then I'll be the one to do—
First, we keep these guys on close watch. Then, we need to catch them off guard. And the best way to do that is—
Well, that's quite the story. At best, this merely proves our involvement in the incident, yet the real culprit remains unknown. Your accusations are— Allow me to remind you, she was the one who created those paintings, insisted on selling them. Do you honestly believe her paintings would have earned a single penny without my
No. Mr. Baitsu, you're changing the subject.
How ungrateful. She ensnared us in this debacle.
But before we proceed, I wish to present this audio recording to the court.
Mr. Baitsu stopped by again, grumbling about the delay in getting Mingyan's paintings to the Shanyuan Art Exchange.
If Yin Feng hadn't pushed her, she wouldn't have gotten hurt. Now she can't even paint, and our order is gonna be late.
She's been rebellious and a bit too smart for her own good lately. I just wanted her to keep her head down and work. Who knew she'd crack and cause that mess?
Mingyan was initially only making copies. Everything changed after you stepped in. Trickery, misinformation, and later on even threats. She was led down the path of forging artworks for you. I do understand that if her own heart hadn't wavered, none of this would have happened. But there was already— So, saying she was the mastermind behind it all, that's just not fair.
Even so, how is forgery a valid accusation? Nothing like that was mentioned in your recording, now was it?
This evidence clearly shows that these paintings are no ordinary copies, but your way of making a profit.
There's no such thing as real or fake paintings. You're not fooling anyone. For it to be forgery, there has to be another original artist. These paintings are all the work of Mingyan. Even if she made dozens of identical—
Mr. Baitsu, do you recognize this painting?
Well, of course. It's Serenity of Shehua Village. The work—
Then can you tell the difference between this one and the others?
Of course. This piece possesses a lifelike quality unmatched by any other, all thanks to the resonance ability.
However, judging from these paintings, it seems Ming Yang's ability never stabilized successfully. Except for this original piece.
What does this have to do with anything? Do you have solid evidence to prove what you're saying is all speculation? There's no guarantee a painter won't make mistakes, is there?
Artists seeking perfection always choose the highest quality pigments for their most important pieces. During our investigation of the studio, I accidentally got paint on me and discovered something interesting about the materials used in these paintings. The original paintings had pigments that were purer and brighter, able to blend more naturally and retain color for longer. In contrast, the forgeries used pigments made from mineral scraps. These don't hold up the same, smudging at the slightest touch. We can distinguish the real paintings from the fakes simply by analyzing the ink used.
Doing so only proves the so-called original painting is created differently from the others. Are you implying that... How is this supposed to prove that we are behind the forgeries?
Because the original creator of Serenity and Xuehua Village is me. When I was a child, painting was the only way I could express myself freely. Everything I did and didn't understand, it all flowed through the tip of my paintbrush. All that I saw lived within my paintings. Whatever I thought, I painted into reality. This power to turn fantasies into reality gradually caught the interest of many. Tales of the arcane artist spread far and wide. I took great joy in my skills improving. However, I discovered to my dismay that my parents were using my creations to turn a quick profit. They were sold at unbelievable prices. Some sought beauty in enchanted worlds, using the paintings as a distraction from reality. Others resorted to hellish nightmares to inflict torment upon those they desire. My own abilities had led my paintings astray. They were being exploited, and everything was spiraling out of control. After I realized this, I began to fear holding a brush. I tried to paint without relying on my abilities, but my parents scolded me for it. They called anything painted without using my abilities worthless. After the family business fell apart, my parents vanished without a trace. They may have left behind a considerable mess, but freedom has also been returned to my brush. Xuehua Village was my first stop upon arriving in Jinzhou alone. Waters and mountains rest by the pain. Valleys and peaks in the dream remain. Colors of vanity washed away. The painted world fades, forgotten today. A poem I wrote, inscribed on Serenity in Xuehua Village. I know it's not that well written, but it's proof of my decision to stop everything I was doing. And that painting, well, it became the arcane artist's final piece of art. Ever since that day, paintings with special abilities gradually faded from everyone's minds. And I never used my abilities to paint again.
Well, that was certainly a touching story. But I'm afraid your words alone won't be enough to prove you created this paint.
Madame Juyao, to prove my statement, I request your permission to use and paint with one of these copies.
Granted.
Yes, Ming Yang's experience has made me realize something. To create art that truly resonates, I must first accept myself. The paintings I drew in the past, they were heartfelt creations, pieces of my life. They formed my past and shaped who I am today. It's not just about proving a single painting. It's about so much more. If my forte is the cause behind all this, then I must take responsibility. I can't just let this go on and hurt others.
I mean, it's okay. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't really seem that special to me. Maybe I just don't get it.
So the rumors are
These
true.
paintings are really coming to life.
Why is the world inside this painting so distorted?
Spectacle is born from the mind. This place must be a manifestation of Ming Yang's mind when she created it.
Why? Wait, did you hear something? Jija?
I painted it exactly like hers.
That voice.
Why is everyone still praising her work? It's all right. It's okay. She's gone now. Soon, I'll be an even better painter than she ever was.
Watch out!
It's you! I've already done everything I can! Why are you still better than me?
Watch your mouth.
Institution! Info! Capture the spark!
Tearing you to pieces.
You were just lucky.
If it weren't for your parents holding your hands,
You'd never have what would be rightfully mine!
institution! Info! A new technique! Art unveiled!
Tearing you to pieces.
Still, I couldn't do it. Why? I perfected everything. It's all because of your abilities. My abilities have nothing to do with it. You created masterpieces I wish came from me. Bold, free. I know our paintings have their differences, but the heart and soul we put into them are the same. with your truest feelings can you create an exceptional piece of art.
Not bad. Found any keepers?
When I learned the truth, I was heartbroken. I believed that by sealing my forte, no one would get hurt because of my paintings. I never expected them to continue causing harm after all these years. But Rover's words made me realize something. It was never about the paintings themselves, but rather those who sought to use them to hurt others. Mr. Baitsu, you run a highly esteemed calligraphy and painting institution, yet you've suppressed the creative spirit and violated these artists' dignity, all for... Everything they cherished has now become a tool for profit. The works they held dear are just tools for your gain, insulting to both the original artist set before you is the original painting from many years ago and the one I've just completed. Now,
we received word from the Public Security Bureau 10 minutes ago that they have taken the exiles into custody and found the location where the painting... Mr. Baitsu, do you have anything else to add to your defense? Very well. We will reevaluate Mingyan's charges, determine the Shangyun Art Exchange's involvement in the incident, and conduct a comprehensive... This hearing is adjourned.
It's finally over. I didn't miss anything important, did I? Huh? No, not at all. I was just coming up with things to say as I went. My palms were sweating the whole time. I definitely couldn't have done it if you weren't there with me. Thinking about the feeling when we were investigating the case together is what kept me calm during the trial. What I meant to say is, back then, everything I said felt right. Like I could just be myself around you. Thank you for helping me through this. You helped me find the courage to believe in myself. The Shangyun Art Exchange is undergoing investigation. It'll be the end of their businesses. And thank you. I haven't felt this happy in a long time. I want to pay Mingyang a visit. After all, she was involved in all of this, and I want to tell her everything. What do you think?
My commission started with her, plus you and I solved the case together. Why don't you come with me?
Is the commission over?
Yes. I already had it taken care of the day we found out the truth.
All right, let's go.
Judja? It's been a while.
Your injuries.
The researchers have taken good care of me. A chat won't hurt. And you must be the rover. I heard about everything you did. Thank you for freeing me from those nightmares. You know what, Judja? You may seem soft and gentle on the outside, but if you... And I still owe you an apology. Forgive me, because I was so obsessed with wanting to be you. To be better than you. The pain of these injuries managed to put a stop to my obsession with imitating your paintings. Maybe I was never meant to be a painter to begin with.
I brought you a gift.
See? Only you can create a painting with such life.
This is your painting. It's the one you gave me when we first met.
How ironic. I've been trying to imitate you for so many years that...
Your paintings were never inferior to mine. Just look at this piece. Even you approve of its value. Mingyang, I hope you can find your true self, whoever she is.
I thank you for bringing me this painting. Really.
I think it's safe to say she'll give it some thought. During the few times we met, she was always passionate about discussing art with me. I think that fire inside her won't just fade away. Come to think of it, the deep discussions we had and the painting duels back then felt like true friendship. So, seeing her in so much pain, I just had to help. I don't want Mingyang to lose hope and have someone who loves painting so much just disappear. To be honest, I didn't just see this case through to correct mistakes or help the artists. Deep down, I didn't want to. I wanted to tell you this back at the mine, but the words just didn't come out right. Thank you for being my friend and helping me through all of this, Rover.
While I have yet to uncover my past and who I am, every moment with you is a new and special memory. Thank you for your help, Judja. This experience has helped me understand you and the world a little better.
You seem to be pretty slow on the news. You've given me the courage to joke around. Well, let's take it slow for now.
Where's the destination? Where's the destination? Zapstring, our turn. Zapstring, it's our curtain call.
Noticing. Going against waves. Together we fight.
Heaven ordains.
Banish all vice.
Time flies by. Remember to stop and look around as you explore.
I shall lead the way. Thine harmony. Take form.
Cleave it.
Listen up. Moment of awakening. Embrace the change.
You're not getting away.
Together we fight. Our light shines through. Strike back. Take form. Sacred light.
Tear them to pieces. Good. There's no time to waste. No rush. The impatient ones will fall right into our lap. Zapstring, our turn. Think you got... I've had enough. Get lost.
Don't blink! Look! As far as the eye can see. Onwards. Found anything useful? A different approach. I shall lead the way.
Zapstring, the stage is yours.
Life is in everything. Together we fight. Oh, stars, heed my calling. Take form. Would these be enough for your needs? Tell me if there's anything else you want. I shall lead the way. Embrace the change. Take form.
Tear them to pieces. Watch it, Zapstring. It's our curtain call. You're not getting away. All yours. You're welcome. Where's the destination? Zapstring,
Strike as one. Take form. Evil be cleansed. Thunder guide us. Fluorescent shadow, so beautiful.
no mercy.
Take form. Sacred light.
Zap string. It's our curtain call. Good. There's no time to waste. Where's the destination? Not bad. Found any keepers? Zap string? Or watch and run.
Blue! Luminous energy. Together we fight. Take form.
There's no time to waste.
Thunder guide us. I like strength too. I should lead the way. Sacred light.
Tear them to pieces. Zap string. It's our curtain call.
Leave it to me. Listen up. Embrace the change. Oh, stars, heed my calling. Fluorescent shadows. I shall lead the way. Evil be cleansed. So be it.
Tear them to pieces. I'll pay it back tenfold.
I can use some bask in the sunlight. I can use some fertilizer. Hands off my friends. Noticing.
Tear them to pieces. Think you got them?
Together we fight. Why not? Take 4. Moments of oh, stars. Heed my calling.
Tear them to pieces. Zap string? Oh, zap string. It's our curtain call.
Take 4.
Zap string is the stage is here.
Strike is 1. Take flight. Let it end. Thunder guide us.
Tear them to pieces. You're not getting away.
Take 4. The lands of Jinzhou are filled with riches. As far as the eye can see. Found anything useful? I shall lead the way.
No mercy. Zap string. It's our curtain call.
Listen up, bask in the sunlight. Take 4. Together we fight. Alright, so be it. Take flight. Sacred light. Take 4.
My field of expertise. It's nothing. I'll pay it back tenfold.
Strike is 1. Thunder guide us. Fast and starlight. I shall lead the way. Wish. Choose.
This wish does bear some similarities to the one written by Shifan. This shows that, just like Shifan, the woman who wrote this wish is desperate for help. Indeed, the wish shows a struggle between her longing and a promise she made to her son. She speaks of another world, likely hinting her child has passed away, leaving her alone with nobody. We can't draw a conclusion solely based on words alone. I'm curious as to Ing and her son. What's their story? What is it? Is there something on your mind?
No, nothing. It's just that she knows the pain of separation from a loved one better than anyone else. If we handle this wrong...
So that's what you're worried about. It seems what Bai just said about you is true. Ever thought about becoming the mysterious wish-granter of Moontree Lodge yourself? You're right to be concerned, but... the Moontree Lodge's very ignoring people's pain isn't right. Besides, we're not trying to force Mrs. Our role is to listen, understand, and reflect. Ultimately, but it's getting late. Let me know when you're ready for our next task. Excuse me? You must be Mrs. Hurting? Happy Moon Chasing Festival.
Oh, hello. Happy Moon Chasing Festival.
My name is Xiang Li Yao, and this is the Rover. I apologize for the unannounced visit, ma'am.
Rover? Rover? Why does that sound... Oh, I remember now. You're the hero of Jinzhou, aren't you? Defeated that terrible beast. My thanks to you. You've realized my son's vision. Oh, since he was little, my boy dreamed of shielding me and all of Jinzhou. He'd always say, I'll conquer the Threnodian one day so everyone can live peacefully. Huh, yes. I always had faith that my son would achieve his dreams. Once, he and some rangers stayed behind during a mission to give folks like me a chance to flee. I know he did it to chase his dreams, but now he's gone. And he'll never witness the defeat. We used to celebrate every moon-chasing festival at the stalls. And he'd make wishes at the Moontree Lodge. His mischief sometimes tried my patience. But now, the silence is overwhelming. I can't help but wonder if... But before he left, he made me promise to be witness to the day the Threnodians are finally gone. Oh dear, I've rambled on about my boy again. What brings you here today, dear?
Do you remember the wish you made at the Moontree Lodge, Mrs. Hurting?
Well, of course. I do. Everyone knows the Moontree Lodge has magical power. You granted his wish beautifully. I trust you might do the same for mine. As I've mentioned in my wish, I find myself at a crossroads, unable to decide.
When deciding your answer... Oh, yes. I recall they say it's best to speak the answer in front of them.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Mrs. Hurting, might you consider a visit to the lodge with us? The Taoyuan Vale is preparing for the moonlit fair, and the atmosphere is quite lively. Perhaps a walk.
A walk? Oh, my heart hasn't really been in it since I lost my son. Well, Okay.
What was that about?
It was just a little trick to get Mrs. Hurting to join us at the lodge. You probably sensed it after hearing the promise between Mrs. Hurting and her son wasn't just about seeing his wish granted, but about finding peace in her life.
In her grief, Mrs. Hutting overlooked what her son truly wished for.
I believe he wanted her to see Jinzhou uniting to defeat the Thrunodian, and the joy and security he sacrificed himself to safeguard. His wish for his mother represents not just life's simple joys, but also the courage to keep living. Though I can't say for certain, the moonlit fair in Taoyuan Vale holds the dreams of many. Perhaps there's something her son wanted her to see, a reason to embrace life.
Huh. How are you youngsters falling behind an old lady? Come on. I'm waiting on you.
This year's moon chasing festival sure is lively.
Indeed it is. Look at the crowd. Oh, so many things I've never seen. You young folks must be thrilled with all this. Go on. Enjoy yourself.
Mrs. Hutting has been doing her best to stay cheerful since we arrived at Taoyuan Vale. Let's take her to see more of the fair.
Happy Moon Chasing Festival. Would you like to browse our fan paintings?
This one is exquisite. Just look at the fireworks bursting to life on the fair.
You have excellent taste, Mum. This fan is the creation of Ms. Judger. It's the Moon Chasing Festival from her imagination.
The fireworks seem to fly to the other side of the fan. And these capes.
Ah, yes. They represent the Midnight Rangers. She hopes that everyone who sees this fan will feel the liveliness of the Moon Chasing Festival. The fireworks flying to the other side are meant to share the celebration. This year's fireworks display will be the biggest yet. Even the soldiers should be able to see it.
I'd like to buy one of these fans.
Oh my. Taoyuan Vale hasn't been this busy in a long time.
Ah! The Moon Shooter Gallery. My son was so good. Every year.
Mrs. Her... Happy Moon Chasing Festival, everyone! Want to give the Moon Shooter game a try? Lots of rewards to be... Wow! Very impressive shooting skills! Here are your prizes.
These prizes? Did you make...
That's right. The Moonlit Fair is about community, so we thought practical items would be more... A ranger instructor taught us how to make them. Even though he's no longer with us, his instructions and methods, these tools were a great help when we first joined the Rangers. We've now improved them to help even more people. Please take them, Mrs. Hurting. I'm sure Shou Yuan would want you to have them.
And you are...
You might not remember, but after Shou Yuan passed, I tried to visit you. You didn't want to see me then. And it's good to see you out and about. Shou Yuan always talked about how good a mother you were. By the way, some of the soldiers who served with Shoyuan are here today.
It's an honor to finally meet you, Mrs. Hung. Shoyuan was an incredible mentor to me. I heard you were the one who taught him how to overcome his fear of the water.
So, the boy taught you everything I taught him.
Mrs. Hung?
Mrs. Hurting?
Oh, I'm still here. Please, go on. I'd love to hear more.
Of course, ma'am. Why don't we go have a seat over there first? We've got...
Before that, thank you, Shangli Yao and Rover. Just as I said before, I knew that both of you would... But before I visit the Moon Tree Lodge for the answer, I'd like to walk around a bit more on my own.
I trust that this answer will be right for you.
Yes. Thank you, both.
Do you think Mrs. Hutting understood the promise she made to her son?
We can't be sure just yet, but at least she's made a good start. Don't you agree? Now she isn't just going along with us. She's searching for the life her son wanted for her. I believe she'll uncover her answers someday and make her own choice, without relying on the Moon Tree Lodge. But it means this wasn't the wish affecting Patty either. We'll have to keep digging. At any rate, more stalls are being set up in Taoyuan Vale. Care to explore further?